House here at Alabama, the Crimson Tide taking on the Texas Longhorns. Just underway, a leadoff walk for Texas has Caden Henry with good speed on the base paths and Leanne Good at the plate to a better start. Here's the 7th pitch to Good, and she lost her as well. Back-to-back walks to open the game for the freshman.
Ron Vick has that.
Giles fires down to third, not in time to get Henry.
Well, that's a great job by Caden Henry to see that ball angle down.
Championship year due to injury, and back with a vengeance this year. 1-2 pitch, got her. One down. Here for the senior from Sandia, Texas, right back up the middle. One is in as Henry scores. They are waving around Good. And Texas makes Alabama pay for both free passes. And it's 2-zip.
This is a first pitch that's a little bit too sweet in this situation. You can see it's supposed to be on the outer half, and it's just elevated and right over the white. And because of that, Atwood is going to punish it, send it right back up the middle, and Vandergrift is going to come up. She knows she has no opportunity to make that throw home. So 2 big runs on the board.
Oh, and of course, their ace Tegan Cavan also returning. She picked up the win last night in the circle. Called strike 3. 2 down. So important, I think, for Alabama's confidence to keep it close, give themselves a chance, and it's walk number 3 of the inning, and that will get Lance.
Hit something and let my defense help me out.
And she lost another one.
Yeah.
4th walk of the inning loads the bases. And that'll walk in a run. And it's 3-0 Texas.
And you can tell by the body language of the freshman, just really.
Wells pops it up, back on the grass out left is Salem Hawkins. Texas leaves them loaded, but they get 3 in to open the night.
Coming in, they're just tough to get out. They also take their walks, as we saw in that first inning.
Alexis Papillo grounds it to Vivi Martinez. It's short, 1 down. Now we're going to find.
And her off speed.
Couple of first pitches swinging, yeah. 2 down. Brooke Wells grounds out to Good. So strong at home over the years at the Rhodes House, a win percentage of 85%. Off the end of the bat, slow roller to Nichols, and it's a 1-2-3 start for Hannah Wells.
It was not long ago that Tennessee was #1 in the country. It just shows how tough the SEC is.
Caden Henry drives that one to center field and almost takes out our camera, and a deep home run. And it's 4-0 Texas.
Beth, we talked about the power of this lineup. That is this lineup. The batting averages are gaudy. The power off the bat, unbelievable. It gets a pitch that is piped right over the middle, rise ball. And Henry does not hesitate. You can see the extension. When you get extended on a ball like that, it is going to go 250 without a doubt. Watch out, guys, in center field, man, in those cameras. Battled very hard against Texas A&M last weekend. And that series has set them up well for this series here at T-Town.
Jenny Young under that. Good is retired, 1 away. Gets the swing and miss. 2 down.
And that's the pitch that's going to be important, Beth, because Vic Moulton, the freshman, did not have that.
South Carolina into the national championship game. As Atwood drills one out to left under the glove of a diving Embry Taylor for the 2-out hit. Her 2nd single tonight. 9 innings in the series, bud. Back-to-back knocks. That's Katie Stewart and her first one tonight. Just nowhere to hide in the middle of this order. My goodness. We're down to their final out against Clemson. Rallied to win. Altmaier caught looking. Couple of hits, couple left on, and Caden Henry goes deep.
Laying off pitches out of the zone.
Ground ball to Martinez. Look at the footwork from Vivi as she gets ready to make that play, and it's 4 groundouts to start the game. Gatorade Prep National Player of the Year and the Texas Player of the Year off of her glove, and Alabama has a base runner.
On Hannah Wells, I know she's on. Pitchers are chasing her out of the zone.
And this one, Wells is able to handle. Only play is to first to get the second out. Right back up the middle. Giles headed home, throw to the plate offline, and a run on the board for Bama. And on the throw home, Hawkins will take second base.
Opportunity to get on the board, you've got to be able to respond when your opponent is putting runs up. So Hawkins pitch on the outer half, slams it right back up the middle. But what I love is that Marley Giles, the way she's going to really get herself in a position coming home to be safe. Ball popped up the middle. Throw coming in from Caden Henry, but you can see the way that Giles comes around third, and she's going to see Reese Atwood. And look at the way she's going to slide around, dive to the plate, so that she's putting herself in a position for Jenna Young. See if she gets something on the outer half and down to get into.
2 on with 2 outs. Thought about the bunt, it gets by Atwood, and now 2 in scoring position for Lojo.
Well, then that's a situation here with 2.
Hitter, and the bases are loaded for Alabama and their best hitter. Ball 4 to walk in a run as Hawkins trots home. And they have cut the deficit in half. Base hit. That'll be extras out to right center. 1 run is in, 2 are in. Throw to the plate, not in time. And Papillo slides home with the go-ahead run.
How about Brooke Wells with her 8th double of the year? The bases loaded, this pitch elevated, and she gets all into it, but she still lets it travel. She doesn't try to pull it. She goes oppo with it. She gets into that right center gap, and she knows with the bases loaded, that is going to clear them in base. Trying to convert them all in this game, getting them to cross the dish.
Lost her. 4th walk of the inning is Alabama. They keep it going. That pitch blows by Atwood, another wild pitch.
It's a rise ball. Atwood at 6'2".
What an AB for Taylor, and that'll load the bases again for Alabama. Play at the plate, nope. Wells scores from third on another wild pitch. The 3rd of the inning.
Now look at where Atwood is at. So she is well down. That pitch is supposed to be on the inner half. She's down on her leg guard, so no opportunity for her to get up and get that. Remember,
slow roll to Nichols at third, and in time to end the inning. 6 runs on the board for Alabama.
just take it all in.
Like the last inning when they scored 6 runs. Ashton Maloney, fly ball out to left. So let's see how #1 Texas.
Because it can be deflating at times. You give up a 6th spot, you're like, dear Lord, how often does that happen?
Bennett slaps that one, fair ball, and Katie will leg it out for the infield hit with 1 down. Nichols back up the middle, base hit. One of the things that Mike White was looking for was some more production from the bottom of consistent. Night in and night out, better power.
Well, Beth, it's the power, but she also has 21 stolen bases.
Yep.
I mean, the speed is off the charts, and so that's why when you have Bennett and Maloney in front of her, the speed on...
And it's Leanne Good. Chopper to third. Taylor comes home with it to get the lead runner for the second out.
And coming in relief here.
Swing and a miss to end the inning.
Back in form.
Dropping down the bunt. Safe at first as the throw down from Atwood pulled Good off the base.
1 and number 6 are typically your biggest leadoff spots.
Here's what should have been a sacrifice for Hawkins, but she's safe at first. And I think Texas may consider a challenge here. She'll play some short game too. Nichols does not give it a chance to roll foul, and the bases are loaded. 2. Both these teams would love to be there. It's number 1 versus number 5 tonight at the Rhodes House. Lauren Johnson, a swing and a miss against Citlali Gutierrez, the third different Texas pitcher tonight. Another bases loaded walk to Papillo. 7 for Alabama. Reaches for it. And Gutierrez gets back-to-back strikeout, or gets another strikeout here of Wells, 2 down. Called strike 3. Alabama leaves the bases loaded, but they get another one up. 7-4 tie. Ground ball to Taylor at third, 1 down.
Really good on down balls, but she was not as good on pitches up in the zone. This year, she's done a much better job.
In foul territory, and the catch is made by Taylor. So Alabama, a few days or a week, she had to wait just a couple of innings to get back in there and get after it. And getting it done. She's retired 3 strikeouts that last inning. Deep fly ball, way back and gone. Ambry Taylor with the solo blast.
On the road, Alabama knowing they need to put a lot of runs up on the board, and they have been electric. Ambry Taylor, the freshman, after seeing an off-speed curveball, gets one a little bit harder, a little bit faster. Look at the way she just loads up that backside rotation. That's a no-doubter off of the bat for the freshman. Taylor going yard for her 8th home run of the year.
On the shoulder. Off the bat of Caden Henry earlier, and this one cleared the top of both of them off of Taylor's bat, and now Giles on board. Slow roll to third. Nichols' only play is to first. Giles into scoring position with 1 out. Full count here to Hawkins with a runner in scoring position, 1 out. Swing and a miss. Gonzalez gets the strikeout, 2 down.
Chases her down into the dirt.
Hubbard out to left. And over to make the catch is Altmaier. Side retired, 1 stranded, but facing Vic Moten. Started Got knocked out in the first, came back in the third, and has now retired 6 in a row. 1 down.
Well, to your point, Beth.
The game has been switched from a night game to a day game with weather coming. Could make a difference as Bennett reps one back up the middle. Guiding Texas to its first title. Nichols out to Johnson, 2 down, and here comes the top of the order. Chop to second, and the tag is applied by Jenna Young on Katie Bennett.
7 of those walks, a hit batter and 6 hits.
Johnson waits on it, sends it out to Henry in left center. 1 down. Like 7 pitches.
Yes, it was 7 pitches.
Yeah. And Papillo is on base for the 3rd straight time. 2 walks and a hit by pitch. Another wild pitch, and Papillo to second. I mean, regardless of the outcome, Mike White. Two out. Roman reaches for it. Stewart will touch the bag at first. And 2 in scoring position with 2 out for Embry Taylor. Taylor, base hit, will drive in a pair. 10-4 tied.
Taylor, first pitch swing, and just comes out and is super aggressive on a pitch on the outer half, waits on it, gets around it. Look at the way that she barrels that up. Great extension. Doesn't try to do too much with it. Smashes it back up the middle with runners at second and third with 2 outs, running all the way. A couple.
Giles golfs that one out to left for a base hit. And the game winner is aboard. Her 2nd hit of the night. Swinging away this time and a base hit. 1 run is in. Giles racing over to 3rd, and the game winner stands 60 feet away. And the RBI single for Vandegrift.
No, I love the way that Vandegrift is talking to herself in the box, just letting that ball.
Hard hit, but right at Martinez. And Texas lives to play another inning. 11-4 Alabama. 6 different champions in the last 5 years. Since we had co-champs last season with Oklahoma and A&M. So good walks. Texas trying to extend it. Martinez laces one out to center, and there's Vandegrift. 1 down.
Ball well struck, but
Atwood chops that to Hawkins. Over to second for 1. Double play for the Alabama defense. Ground ball to good. 1 down. 7th, we'll see Katie Stewart swing the bat again. She would lead off for the Horns. 1 out away from watching that.
we talked to.
Chops that to Stewart. Bobbled. And the game winner is aboard.
Both catchers, for that matter. A lot of balls in the dirt.
Wells, ground ball, snagged by Nichols. And we are headed to the 7th. Last chance coming up for Texas. Moved up to 12:30 locally, 1:30 Eastern. And there's a rocket all the way to the track. Matt Johnson, who was playing deep. Another 0-2 pitch. Called strike 3.
Moulton attacking that.
To second base, Young flips for 1. That's all they'll get. They'll take care of the lead runner. And Texas is down to its final out. Squirts away from Giles. Maloney over to second. Swing and a miss. And Moulton ends it with a strikeout as Alabama beats #1 Texas. Evens the series in the rubber match tomorrow.
Beth, how about Vic Moulton, the freshman, comes out of the game just 2/3 of an inning in the first with 5 walks, comes back in 6 collective strikeouts on the evening against the #1 ranked team in the country for the freshman Vic Moulton. She was outstanding since coming in that 3rd inning.
Big comeback for Alabama after they trailed 4-0. And they score 11 unanswered, and she gets Bennett.
She comes back underneath the hands of Bennett, and look at the passion, the energy, the big hug. Marley Giles outstanding behind the dish, working with her freshmen this evening.
Crimson Tide rolls in game 2, and they beat #1 Texas.